All right. Hello. Good morning, everyone. How are you? Welcome to another episode of Keeping Up with the Polygons. I don't know how you would say it. But here we have co host Blue Lights and co host Zombie. Hello, guys. How are you?
Hey, all good. Thanks very much. How are you guys doing?
Just there. Trying to awake. I forced myself, guys. Thank you, guys.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
yeah, it's early for you. It's only midday for me.
Yeah, here's very foggy indeed, sir. I don't know
We
why it's
got
so
to,
foggy, but every single morning I wake up with fog and it just covers my windows. I can't see anything outside.
yeah, we got to try and work out maybe a better time for everyone for next week's one.
Yeah, it's fine. This is fine, definitely. Here we have now another co-host, Sansi. Welcome, guys. Welcome. How are you, Sansi?
I'm good. I'm good. Good morning, everybody.
Hey, good morning. I was just getting everything set up for the stream and recording, and we're good to go on my end.
Let's give it a few more minutes or so for the listeners to join in and for Zombie to get himself organized.
Yeah, we have a lot of responses in the comments. It sounds like a lot of people listen to this from work, and a lot of people listen to the recording afterwards. So that's good.
Yeah, it's good. It's only our second show or spaces, but we'll evolve and get better and more interesting as we go along. It's really annoying that you can't be a host and speak on a desktop, though. It's relying on the tablet all the time is a little bit fiddly.
Yeah, it makes me feel like the desktop version is a little more stable too, because last week, about, an hour in, I got rugged on the phone, but my recording on the desktop kept going. I just wasn't able to join back in the conversation.
I think we both happened to us at the same time. Kicked me off, and every time I rejoined, it kept saying I was co-host, but I had to request to speak, and it wasn't working. Very strange.
Yeah, same thing for me. And I would request to speak, and uh, I don't know if maybe Hydra was accepting me, because I would sit there for like 5-10 minutes, and then all of a sudden it would just kick me off again. And I also noticed I was well behind the feed at that point. Like I was at least 30 seconds behind with audio, so maybe that's why we couldn't get back in, because it wouldn't catch us back up to the 0 point. We were always behind.
Yeah, hopefully
Gotta
we'll
love
we
these
won't have the problems.
technological limitations.
Centralized platforms.
Yeah. Hey, we had this happen to us with Discord. We had a meeting a couple weeks ago when that big Discord crash happened, and like our whole, guild meeting got canceled because nobody knew where to go. I started DMing everybody on Twitter like, "Hey, I can't make it to the meeting," and then nobody could make it. So,
We've got to wait for Twitter on Polygon to be released. Right, we got quite a few people join now.
all right. Well, we got an interesting discussion today on staking, which even I have a lot to learn in this category. So I'm really excited to hear it.
Yeah, it's a big, wide subject, different blockchains and different layers. But for this one, obviously, because we're the Polygon Advocates channel, we're going to concentrate on the Polygon staking. You know, we can start off with the main one, which is staking your Matic tokens directly against a Polygon validator. That's probably the first place to start, I would think. And a question that I get asked all the time is, why is staking the Matic token on against the Polygon validator? Why is that done on Ethereum layer 1 and not within the Polygon network itself? So that's always an interesting one to try to explain to new people and new listeners that are just getting involved in the Polygon ecosystem. Have we got George here, or is he still around?
Yeah, he might have gone back to sleep. No.
Right. Well, where should we start, Zombie? What do you think then? Do you think do you have an easy explanation on as to why staking must occur on layer 1 for the Matic token against the validator?
I don't know that answer, but I would assume that is how Polygon gets its security from the Ethereum layer 1.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why it has to be done on that side of the chain, on the layer 1 side of the chain, because obviously Polygon needs to secure itself with the Ethereum security.
Yeah, like Ethereum is treated as the settlement chain, so a ton of transactions on Polygon will all get wrapped up and sent to Ethereum, since it's the layer 1, and get settled eventually on Ethereum once they're all settled on Polygon. That's my understanding anyway.
Yeah, so the point being of it is that the confusion sometimes comes across having your Matic token on as an ERC20 on Ethereum layer 1, as opposed to having your Matic token on the Polygon network directly. And that's why we have bridges in the middle to move your assets, either the native Matic token or any other POS token projects that are around. They have the bridge to go back and forward between the Ethereum layer 1 and then the Polygon network, in quotes, layer 2. So the staking side of it for the Matic token, and if you want to stake against a validator to help reinforce the actual Polygon POS chain, needs to be done on the Ethereum side. So the confusion sometimes comes with users wanting to do the staking, and then the bridging comes into it. So for that perspective, you need to have your Matic token as an ERC20 on the Ethereum layer. Now, whether you have some Matic in an exchange like Binance or something, when you come to withdraw it, you need to withdraw it obviously to your personal wallet on your MetaMask. And therefore, you would need to withdraw it as an ERC20 token and not via the Polygon network, because you need to keep that token on the Ethereum layer in order to be able to stake and choose a validator to stake your Matic against.
Yeah, and this process of staking, when you're staking with a validator, that's called delegating, right?
Exactly, yeah. So I keep losing my my spaces keeps dropping off. But yeah, exactly. Delegating to a validator. I believe there's 100 validators, or roughly 100 validators out there. Most of them are offering high rewards, probably around 90% plus. But it's a good way to, if you want to hold your Matic for a longer period of time. Although, there are the Ethereum gas fees for interacting with the smart contract, which are quite high. So that is a tricky bit to overcome. If you've got a larger amount of Matic, it's not too bad. But for those that have smaller amounts of Matic, it can be quite costly to stake your Matic token against a validator or delegate, sorry, should I say. But I don't know, in the future, who knows? There might be an easier way to do it. But in essence, just so everybody knows, what's really important is that you go to the correct URL. And we know about all these sort of scams that happen. So everything's done directly through wallet.polygon.technology. If you go to that link there, you will be able to directly connect yourself with the correct portal to be able to do that. And actually, it's the Polygon portal has always been improving. I can remember way back when we had the first version 1, I think it was, of the actual portal. The new version is a lot better. And if you go to wallet.polygon.technology, on that landing page, Polygon have made it very easy to navigate. So you've got 3 main options. You can directly access your Polygon wallet. You can directly access the Polygon bridge, which is to deposit and withdraw between networks, so between the layer 1 and the Polygon network. And then you have Polygon staking, which is what we're talking about now, which is a place that you would go to if you want to stake or delegate your Matic token to earn rewards.
So how much is the learning curve if someone wanted to get into this, or is there a way that people can get into this with very little experience?
I think the learning curve for this part of it is probably a bit more, well, it's kind of how we were 6-8 months ago, a year ago. Whereas now, if you want to jump into a token and buy a token within the Polygon network, it's far easier. You don't need to really touch layer 1, because you can get your tokens you need directly, through exchanges on the Polygon network and never have to bridge across. So the learning curve on this is still a bit more difficult, because you're going to need to have Ethereum to cover the gas transaction costs in your wallet as well. So that's a very valid point. So if you are thinking about staking long-term your Matic tokens to earn rewards, obviously you'll need to have your MetaMask set up, connected to the Ethereum layer, Ethereum network, which is the default one in MetaMask anyway. You'll also need to purchase some Ethereum. So you'll have to put your Matic tokens, you'll have to withdraw those as an ERC20 token from an exchange into your personal wallet on your MetaMask. And you'll also need to buy some Ether to use for the transaction costs to interact, to pay for the actual delegation when you do the transaction. So the learning curve is a little bit difficult, but in essence, you need to have your MetaMask set up on the Ethereum network, have all that going. You then need to withdraw Matic tokens as an ERC20 on the Ethereum layer to your wallet. You also need some Ethereum put into the wallet as well. And transactions can vary in costs, but it's quite costly. I don't know what the exact price would be now, but expect to be paying quite a bit, probably around $80. I mean, if I can recall, I haven't checked it in a while. But then from that point on, as soon as you've got those 2 tokens in your wallet, you'll then be able to use the actual web wallet, Polygon's web wallet, and go to the staking, and you'll be able to interact and choose a validator to delegate your tokens against. And that's it. You just pretty much click and wait. It takes a few minutes, and then your Matic tokens will leave your wallet, go into the staking contracts, be delegated against your chosen validator. And you'll also be able to monitor your rewards as every checkpoint goes along on the Polygon network. You'll be able to check your rewards and how much they are. Now, the interesting thing is the rewards get held and built up, and they don't get put directly into your wallet automatically. You have to claim them, and if you want to claim them, your best bet is to wait a while, because every time you claim, you're going to have to use ether as gas for your transactions. So it's going to cost you each time you want to withdraw any of your rewards. So the best bet is just leave it there, hang tight, just delegate what you want to keep, for future, and leave it there like a savings account.
All right, I guess. Can you hear me out, guys? Hello? Yes.
So
Yeah, we can hear
All
you.
right, sweet. Okay. I don't know what happened, but I just clicked somewhere. Like, I'm not used to doing this thing, so my bad. So yes, anyways,
Yeah, we are
uh
having some technical issues this morning. The stream isn't coming out well either, so
that's
we'll
fine. That's fine.
deal with it.
No, no worries, no worries. Maybe next time I can also stream it. That's fine. So anyway, so as regards to staking, I've been doing staking on like many things, not just Polygon, but a lot of things. Something that I wanted to add, and Blue Lights was saying, is that if you want to stake on Polygon, like if you want to stake your Polygon token, or you know, uh, you uh, you basically have to go, like he said, to the The easiest way to go to the Polygon bridge, and then when you type it on Google, Polygon Bridge, you're gonna see a link that will tell you, right, basically, hey, this is Polygon Bridge. Like, it's so easy. Like, you just Google it up and it will pop up. It's a Polygon Web Wallet version 2, basically. And once you click on there, you're gonna have those four options, and then you go to the Polygon staking. And now, once you're in the Polygon staking, so here's the thing. Here, my experience with Polygon staking. So I started staking like about last April. That's when I started staking my Polygon. I'm staking like around 22,000 Polygon as of right now. And I'll tell you one thing about this. It's like it will change depending on how much of the total Matic out there is currently being staked. So if there is a lot of Matic out there, or Polygon token out there being staked, then the percentage of your rewards are going to decrease. Oh my God, I clicked again. Okay, there we go. Okay. And so um, you have to at one point say, is it really a reward if I just leave it there? Like, if you're looking long term and you're probably not going to look at it until a year passed or 2 years, then you might be good, because as of right now, for example, I'm looking at, let's say you want to do 22,000 tokens of like Matic, and you're looking at, like, I don't know, 30% of the entire Matic or Polygon supply is currently being staked. Then you're looking at about an absolute reward of 10%, annual reward of 10%. That's what you're looking at. So is it really worth it if you do this on the Ethereum side? That's something that you will have to ask yourself, right? Like, so because you can also see an approximator if you go on the staking side and you want to check how much you will approximately earn. If you go all the way up, you can click where it says reward calculator, and you can click on that reward calculator, and it will tell you how much you're going to be earning uh, on an absolute reward for 365 days, which is pretty much a year, right? So in this case, if you hold, like, let's say I'm gonna put here, like, I don't know, let's say you bought like 2,000 Matic, well, your reward for an absolute year will be of $200, right? But there is another thing that just came out that I don't know if you guys know about. I'm not sure if Binance is still doing this, but Binance was letting, I think this was about a month ago or so, Binance was letting people stake their Polygon on Binance, I think, for about 40% or so. So that's a lot, right? 40%, and you're able to stake it on the Binance. That's a lot. Now, unfortunately, I cannot do that because I'm not allowed to access this feature, which kind of sucks because I'm in America. But if you're not in America and you want 40% of that return by just doing staking, then you can do so on Binance. At least that's the knowledge that I have. I'm not sure if they change it. I will always, do your own research, check it out. But since we're talking about staking, and we're talking about staking in Polygon, there's always many tokens that you can also stake aside from Polygon, because Polygon right now, the only way that you can stake Polygon is on the Ethereum network. If you do it like blue light set on with a delegator, and there's hundreds of delegators out there. I don't know how many delegators are out there, to be honest. But be careful. And here's the thing, and this is what really like triggered me when I was doing my staking with these validators, is that I actually had an issue once only, but it wasn't with Polygon. It was with Atom. I was taking some Atom, and I couldn't get it out, and I was like, oh snap! I was like, oh my god, I can't get out my Atom. Like I messed up. So this thing can also happen in Polygon if something happens to the validator. Like they can, if for some reason they don't keep up they have to do like some updates on their end to make sure that they're able to register all the so that I mean so they're validating all the codes or all the blocks that happen through them. So if they miss these for some reason because they're not doing their proper maintenance, you actually get a penalty, and you will lose some tokens. So that's one another thing to consider if you're doing staking, is that it's foolproof. Oh yeah, like I put it here and then I'm good to go. So what I also is I put it on different validators. Obviously, it will cost you. So depends how much you're planning to stake and if it's really a reward for you to go ahead and stake it. So yeah, I would say, always check who you delegate it to. Be very cautious about that. Like if you go on the Polygon staking, I don't think there's been that many issues. Yeah, I don't think there's been that many issues with with the validators. But just do your proper research. I If you ask me, which one I would choose, I'll be like, do your own research. I don't want you to get wrecked suddenly because I say, oh yeah, this is the one. These are the ones that I choose. But it's pretty easy once you go on their site. You can always just kind of sort it by performance. I guess you can always sort it out by performance and then look which one's the best. But also look how much Matic is being deposited on that validator, right? So you just gotta be careful because you're not gonna go for a validator that has like, I don't know, 1,000 Matic stored in their delegation, or their verification process, whatever you want to call it. I wouldn't go there. I want to go where there's a bunch of Matic in it, right? So I will probably like choose, uh, just how whichever one has like the most Matic and the most performance. So yeah, you can always sort it by performance, commission. If you want to get like a bunch of tokens back, I guess some of them do pay more. I'm not sure, and some of them obviously do take a commission out, meaning that they will charge you for using their services. So you have to take all of these into consideration before you stake your tokens with a
Yeah,
validator.
and you bring a good point up there. I mean, obviously, the first topic we were discussing was how to do it yourself directly through your own MetaMask with your own funds, and interacting with Polygon staking system. So you brought up a good point about exchanges like Binance offering staking themselves with their own services and their own platform. And for a new user, that also can be a good option because it takes away all of the learning curve that you need, because you just simply go on the Binance platform. Other exchanges offer it too. They call it saving sometimes, or staking, and you click on it and you choose Matic, and you basically freeze your tokens and put it in there. They'll have particular requirements: 7 days, 14 days, 30 days. Now, normally, how they work is they offer you this big APR and they say 40% APR to stake your Matic, but then they'll only allow you to stake a small amount. You won't be able to put a large amount in, so you might only be able to put a few thousand Matic in there, or something, or even smaller. So you do need to check. But if you're a new user and you've got some Matic on Binance or another exchange, definitely check out what kind of options they have for, and depending on what country you're in, and what they allow you to access. But that can also be a good way if you're the hodler type that like to just hold your crypto and hang tight, wait for the future. So using the exchanges to stake and to use it as savings is also a good option. Very much easier than doing it yourself.
Yes, that is correct. I agree with you. And since we're discussing the topic of staking, and staking specifically on Polygon, so like I said, I'm not sure why you're unable to stake on the Polygon network. I hope they bring some solution to this, because it would be nice to bring my Polygon in and bridge it into Polygon and just like stake it in Polygon.
Like
But
specifically delegating on from the Polygon network kind of thing.
yeah, I
Is
mean,
what
anything. I mean, just do
Yeah.
something with it in the Polygon network instead of on the Ethereum network, right?
I heard bits that that's something they might be planning to do in the future. Not sure quite how it would work. Maybe it would be more smart contracts that Polygon build that automatically will do all the back end bit for you. But you'd probably see a lot more Polygon getting frozen up if you could do it directly on the Polygon network, because obviously now the fees are so low to do it. Might be really useful for everybody.
Yeah, that way, if you want to get into staking, you don't have to pay that much gas, because I think when I made it, though, the gas was kind of low and it was already like $150 or something like that just to stake it. So if you're looking at a low quantity and you're gonna stake it, and then suddenly you get a low reward for just leaving it there for a year, then you might not be appealing, because you're wasting some of it already in like just bridging it. And then you have to take into consideration that I'm sorry, did I say bridging? I'm sorry, I meant like staking. And then what you have to take into consideration, that you're gonna have to take it out of the staking at one point. So it's like 150, and then another like high gas fee because of Ethereum. So you have to consider, like, if it's worth it. If you're staking like $500,000, then of course maybe a good thing to just go ahead and leave it. But aside from just like staking Polygon, you can always do other tokens in the Polygon network also. Obviously, I'm not going to mention which ones, because again, do your own research. But there is possibilities of staking tokens also